We have a lot of egg boxes lying around at home, so I thought we could use them to play a fractions game. But before we play the game, can you tell me what a fraction is? Fraction comes from the Latin word frangere or fractio, which means to break. So for instance, I have one circle here, right? One piece. If I were to draw a line breaking it into two, each of those halves would be called a fraction. And I needn't just break it into two. Over here I have a circle that's been broken into 6 parts. If I take one of these parts out, I'll say that this is a fraction of the whole. I'll say that this is 1 out of 6, or I'll call it 1/6. If I take 2 out, I'll call it 2/6. Yeah? And here's how you write that down on paper. Going with my first example where I take 1/6, I'll write 1 in the numerator place. And I'll write 6, which is the total number of pieces, in the denominator space. And then to separate the two, I'll draw a vinculum or a separator. And when I read this, when I see 1 vinculum 6, that means I'm supposed to read it as 1/6. I could change this to 2 and make it 2/6, or 3 and make it 3/6, and so on. That's how you write down a fraction. Okay, so to play the fractions game, you need 2 egg cartons, or if you don't have egg cartons, use ice trays or section trays of any kind. But you need 2 and they need to have an equal number of sections. Then you need pom-poms or counters or beads of some sort, and you need a dice. Okay, so to play the game, you have 2 players. Player 1 rolls the dice and gets a 1. So they'll put 1/6 in their egg carton and write that down. Right, so 1 in the numerator, a vinculum or a fraction bar, by 6. Now it's player 2's turn. And player 2 will roll the dice. They got 6 out of 6. Okay, so they'll take 6 pom-poms then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they'll write that down. They'll write 6, vinculum, 6. So they got 6/6 and player 1 got 1/6. Who do you think has more? You can look at the boxes and tell, right? Player 2 has more. So you'll draw the greater than sign over here, and player 2 gets this one. Then you clear the board and you start again.